Hey guys, Garrulous Wandering here. My hair's still beautiful. Oh, you look so beautiful yourself. But in other news, I just finished Phonetics for Dummies and read it cover to cover. Been reading through this book carefully for the last 6 months or so. Finally finished it. It was a very, very useful book. So if you're ever looking into learning about pronunciation for speech pathology, or more probably for English second language tutoring. This is a really good book, really good tool to use. So I bought another book on phonetics. It's called the American Accent Reduction Guide, and it's very interesting because I remember hearing about people when they were younger how they could read books very quickly. They could read a book in like a day or something like that. I always wondered how people were able to do that. And some people, I think, I still wonder about that. Some people I think can legitimately do it with any book, or maybe not legitimately. I don't know. But for me, it's a matter of knowing the material beforehand, because there's tons and tons of books in the world. However, the amount of information they talk about is relatively limited, and a lot of these books are just repeating that information. So when you read a book for the first time on a concept for the first time, then that's going to take a while because you don't know any of the information. You know maybe 5–10% of the information at best. But once you read through that information, assuming or depending on how comprehensive the book is, um, when you pick up a second book related to the same topic, it becomes extremely easy, comparatively speaking. So when I was reading this book, I didn't know anything. But then when I bought my new book, I knew 90–95% of the information ahead of time. So I read through that one like that. It only took me about 7 hours maybe. Whereas this one took me 6 months. So it's interesting how that works out. Learning how that kind of works. So what I'm going to have to do now is I think I've learned the importance of libraries now because what I used to do is I used to buy every book, but now I can't do that with these phonetics books because there's too many in the world, and I'm not about to buy all of them to learn a handful of pieces of information. So I'm gonna have to go to my local library and see if they have any useful reference materials themselves that I can use to further my skill set or my knowledge base. But other than that, that's how that goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend time going over, working on my English second language book. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll let you guys know how it goes.